Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to let me out there doing this work of faith and labor of love, truth, sincerity. All right, and today's topic I'm going to get into is be profitable unto thyself. Alright, so this is Sirach chapter 37, verse 19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable unto himself. And right, you know, that's self-explanatory. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and is yet unprofitable unto himself. You know, and that's one key thing we always got to be keep in remembrance of within this truth, is that we have to be profitable unto ourselves first and foremost before anything. Before you can go and give another brother advice or some words of wisdom or whatever the case may be, you got to make sure that you're profitable unto yourself first and foremost. Or the things that you're telling that brother that you're living by, that you're striving to live by, or that you're working on. You know, just like when we do these lessons, you know, and we speak on, like, you know, the brothers in Mississippi, you know, they got the channel GMS Life Lesson. You know, when you do lessons like this, these life lessons pertaining to the brotherhood, pertaining to self, pertaining to character, building brothers up in the faith, the brotherhood, when you deal with topics like this, you have to make sure that either you live that way, that you're applying yourself as best you can to be better in a certain area, or you have to be speaking on something, in other words, like to basically to cut yourself in the spirit to a degree, you know. And what I mean by that is that you speak things into fruition. How the scriptures say that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Now, say for instance, you might need to work on pride. You got pride, you might need to work on that. Now, you might go out there in them highways and byways, or might speak on pride in a certain manner, because you know that's something that you struggling with, and you want to put forth those words of wisdom out there to other brothers, and also at the same time to check yourself. So now that you have to live by those words that you spoke. So when the next time in a certain situation come up, and you know that pride demon might kick up, you know what you said in that previous lesson, that should resonate within your mind, like, oh damn, I said this, I gotta make sure that I live by my words, man. You gotta, how they say, what, practice what you preach. We gotta live this thing, man. This thing is not a thing of you know, serving men, of men's service, man, because you want to look pleasing unto other brothers. You do want to have a good name, and it's okay to please, you know, men in righteousness, you know, but we got to make sure that we profitable unto ourselves first and foremost, man. It's no good unto yourself if you just telling everybody else this and the third, but you're not living by that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's defeating the purpose. Otherwise, why are you in this truth for, man? You know? And that simply goes into what? Judging yourself, examining yourself, man. And that's something that we have to do on a daily basis, you know, to make sure that we're right in the spirit, man. You know? And a lot of times, you know, because, you know, I try, you know, to put my best effort, you know, to examine myself, you know, on a regular basis. Why? Because we don't want nobody having to tell us nothing about ourselves, you know, even though, you know, through the spirit that's helpful, and we're supposed to have the chastening of the Lord, but you want to minimize the damage, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If you can check yourself through the spirit, then that's less that about yourself that other brothers might have to check you on, man. You know? And this is First Corinthians chapter 11, verse 31. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. Right? And that goes into the point that I was saying. For what? If we constantly examine ourselves and we judging our own selves, then the other men that's around us within our camp, or the leaders or the elders, the apostles, they don't have to get on us for anything, man. Why would you want to be in a position anyway to have the apostles of Great Millstone that had to get on you, man? And that's a bad look, man. You want to have a good name within this truth. You don't want brothers throughout the four corners to be looking at you some type of way whenever your name get brought up because of a certain issue, or how you dealt with another brother, or how you handled a certain situation, man. You want brothers to look at you like, you know, okay, well, you know, that's a decent brother, that's an alright brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this thing is about order, man. You know, you got a brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to one brother about a certain thing, or y'all having an issue or whatever, and it shouldn't climb all the way up to the ranks to get to the apostles, man. Because what? You got other brothers within your camp. You got captains, lieutenants, sergeants, officers, so on and so forth. Your camp leaders might have like a regional leader, whoever, you know, the apostles might set up, brothers over a certain group or a certain area. Then you got the elders, and then you got the apostles. So you got all these different chains of command, you know, that issues go through. Now, for a certain issue to get all the way up to the apostles, man, that really doesn't make any sense, man. And that's a bad look on your behalf, man. You know, and don't take it another step further, and they have to go past the apostles because somebody might want to be prideful and get to YAHAWASHI. That's a scary sight, man. And you don't want to deal with the Lord, like how in ancient times, you know, our people told Moses that we wanted to talk to the Most High, or why won't he talk to us? And then when the Most High came down and spoke, then the people was fighting like, nah, we don't want to deal with him no more, man. So you don't want things to escalate to that point and have to get there, man. But we know through the Spirit that these things do get up to the apostles for a number of different reasons. Why? For either to expose a wicked nigga, okay? Either for a brother to correct himself and to humble himself, you know, or for other brothers that can learn, man. Also, other brothers can learn. Other righteous men can learn so that they don't have to go through the same thing that this guy go through to get the understanding of a certain situation. That they can be profitable unto themselves and not make the same mistakes that another brother made, man. You know, that's key in this truth. Be profitable unto thyself, man. It does us no good if we're not taking heed to these scriptures and applying them to ourselves first and foremost, man. You know? And I want to grab this last quick example in the book of Job before I end this lesson. Alright, this is Job chapter 4. This is one of Job's friend, Eliphaz. You know, he was talking to Job. This is Job 4:3. It says, "Behold, thou hast instructed many, and hast strengthened the weak knees, the weak hands. Slack it. Thy words have upholden him that was fallen, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest, and it toucheth thee, and thou art troubled." Right. So, that's the point, man. Like going into just how I was saying, be profitable unto himself. You might strengthen other brothers in different ways, but then a certain turmoil comes upon you, and now you all getting all worried in the spirit, and you don't know how to handle things. You going all over the place trying to do this, trying to do that, and forgetting the first principle. One of the first principles of this truth is to have faith, man. You know? So when you telling other brothers things, and then you going, and you might wind up into that same situation that another brother went through. But you gave him all that strength, but now where's your strength at, man? And that goes to show you that a lot of times, when you profess certain things, you might not be as strong as you think you are in the spirit, man. But the Lord will always wind up checking you on that, man. Because the things that we speak, the Lord will bring into fruition. And I can speak on my own behalf. I know a lot of things that, I've spoken forth that, the Most High wound up actually putting me through, and I had to remember my own words, so I had to live by my words, man. So that's how I have to be, man, And also, too, in Proverbs 24:10, it says, matter of fact, I'm going to just grab it since I quoted it real quick. Okay. This is Proverbs 24:10. "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." Right, so, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're going through different things or different tribulations, you know what I'm saying? And what it say, if you faint in the day of adversity, whenever it's your time to go through some rough tribulations, or you getting all whacked out in your mind and you running all over the place trying to do this and do that, you forgetting that one of the first principles, which is faith. That means that your faith is small. That means your strength is small, man. And that's why our strength lies is within our faith of YAHAWASHI, and knowing that every single day that the Most High is going to make a way for us, man, no matter what we go through. But when we having those bumps and bruises going along this the crooked paths, within this world, we have to be mindful that the Most High always has us. We have to have that spirit in the back of our mind speaking to us, man. Knowing that just keeping the faith, man, and staying strong within this thing, man. So, I hope this lesson was edifying, to you brothers out there. May give brothers strength, whatever the case may be. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to select men out there doing this work of faith, the labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom and death to America.